Okay, we're going to contribute to the event calendar and the event list for our CFC website, and we're going to do that by logging in as a specific event contributor. So what happens is I need to go to my CFC site, and after the .org, I add this /user. So /user allows me to get this login screen. My username, to keep it simple, is event. You've been provided with a password, then you'd enter that here, and you're going to log in, and you are now logged in as an event contributor, which means I can add events that will show up on the event calendar. So it's the place to add those events is right at the top where it says add content. When I mouse over that, I get a little drop down, campaign events. That's the type of content I can add, and the only type I can add. So I will go ahead and click on that, and now I have a nice window that allows me to enter a title. We'll do test 2. Actually, we'll do test 3. I'm going to just get some dummy text to put in here. We use lorem ipsum text a lot in websites as placeholder information. This one happens to be basically nonsense text that is based on bacon. So I'm going to paste that in here. So I've got my title. I've got my content. This would be about the event. These things you don't have to worry about whether the format's in full text, full HTML or plain text. There is links for that stuff, but basically you're going to just use the editor that's provided to add your content. And then the only other real significant thing is we're going to want to have the dates for our event. So if I click on this, I can type here, but I can just click on it and it gives me a calendar. I can move ahead in months to December. I can then select December 15th, 2018 is the date. The military time is here, so maybe I want that at 1300, which was 1 p.m. The ending date, same thing, I click here and I get this. Now I need to go again to December. I'm going to end it on December 16th, I think at 5 p.m., which is 1700. Looks good. I'm going to save that. And there is my event I've created. There's the title, there's the description or summary, and there's the list of the specifics. Now I can look on the event calendar, and if I go to December, there's actually 2 events there. There was a test 2 that I created at an earlier time, and the one I just created now, test 3, is there. If I click on test 3, it brings me to the summary of exactly what that event is. Now, again, I mentioned I created this test 2 earlier, and because I created it as an event contributor, when I logged in with event and my password, the system knows that I've contributed that. So I can essentially go to test 2, which I created earlier, and it allows me to even edit things that I've created earlier. The other option as I scroll down is I can delete it. And since this is no longer relevant, or maybe it's an error, as an example, I'm going to delete event 2. I'm going to go back to the event calendar and look now in December. And the only event that should be left is test 3. Test 3 is still there. I can view it. By the way, this view edit toggle is only available to me because I'm logged in. The general public does not see this, but I do have it. Again, so if I decide something is relevant that I missed, I can go back and I can add more info. And maybe even I want to style that a little bit. Make it bold. I scroll down and save, and now I see my newly revised paragraph with more added information and another paragraph. So I can go ahead and edit my own, I can create new, and I can delete my own. Now if there's another event contributor that logs in with a different login, you cannot delete their events. You can only delete or edit the things you have created with your login as an editor. Alright, and in order to log out, I can hit the log out button here. And just to show you an example, the event calendar for the general public not logged in, again, they won't see those edit buttons. What they see is this, the title, the content that you provided, and the summary that's pulled from the dates and times you've entered. That's all there is to posting an event.